Okay, how does this work? I'm going to make it very simple and very easy. You can do one of two things to the tissues of the body to help them heal. You can lengthen them or shorten them. You can go into restriction or tightness, or you can go into ease. Same thing, lengthen, shorten, okay? So let me give you an example, because this is what the majority of you guys have been brought up to do. If you want it, like say your hamstring, your back of your legs tight, you think that, hey, I've got to continue to go into that tightness. You can't lift this arm. You're trying to do things up the wall and try to stretch into it. So most of you have been taught to go into the tightness. Guess what? Clinicians have been taught the same thing. And they've been taught to stay on or in the injured area. Okay? When you know total motion release, you will be able to go in the injured area into restriction or ease. You'll be able to use the other extremity, or what we call quadrant of the body. You'll be able to use the left leg or the right leg. You'll be able to use the other three quadrants to fix the injured quadrant. When you're able to do that, that's when you'll be able to have a skill set to use for the rest of your life. So let me explain shortening and lengthening. If I can't lift up this arm, okay, what should be done is we have to determine, how can I lengthen this or shorten it? And what's the this? Well, you've got tissue that runs from your fingertips all the way down to your arm, or down to your foot. And if you can't lift this arm, perhaps there's a tissue in the body that's really, really tight. But I don't know where, but I might be feeling it in my shoulder. So up to this point, we believe it must be the shoulder that we have to fix. Well, maybe, maybe not. So here, let's go the old way and lengthen tissue, and I'm even going to give you some more clever ways to try it. So let's say I can't lift up here. Typically the way to do what you've been taught, okay, keep lifting into it, wall walk. But I say to you, do 2 sets, okay? Do 2 sets, rest for 30 seconds to a minute, and recheck. Did it make you better? If it didn't, probably it's not worth doing. How else can I lengthen the tissue of this body? Well, I can go like this. I can do reps, okay, and lengthen this tissue if I choose to lengthen it. And I'll do 2 sets of 20, rest, recheck to see if that made it better. If it did, use that. Do it some more. If it didn't, probably not going to work. Now you can kick your leg across like that. That lengthens this tissue. All right, so you can do some reps. Do 2 sets of reps, 2 to 3 sets of reps, maybe 20 reps. Rest, 30 seconds a minute. Recheck to see if it helped your shoulder. That would be lengthening tissue in the body to see if it helps an injury. Well, what you've experienced in either the videos or in doing these motions on yourself is, how in the world is treating the other side of the body making this another area get better? Well, watch. When I lift this arm up like this, it lifts this side, thereby shortening this side. So even though I'm exercising this side, I'm really doing work. I'm moving. I'm treating this side. Okay? So lifting this 2 sets of 20 shortens this. Then I can rest for 30 seconds and recheck this to see what happens. How else can I shorten the tissue of this side of the body? I could do my trunk. Lengthen or side bend 2 sets of 20. Recheck this. And the other thing is, I could kick this leg out. That shortens this tissue on this side of the body. 2 sets of 20, 3 sets, whatever. Recheck to see what happens. And you will then be experienced at finding out which one works better, lengthening or shortening. And I will tell you, it's 7 out of 9 times, or let's say 8 out of 10 times, shortening is going to work quicker. And because you've never even thought about doing it, neither have most clinicians, you could have dramatic effect even on things that have been there for 20 years, because for 20 years you've been going into lengthening. Is that fair? So the amount of improvement you can have is killer cool right now. And then what you have to do is you have to learn to experiment doing other parts of the body to fix an injured area, or doing the injured area into ease. So that's what you're going to experience with total motion release. Okay? Cool? So carry on.